Hi everybody. So I'm from a really tight family. Every year in June, we meet up and go camping. I mean, everybody in my family, everyone from aunts, uncles, cousins, second cousins, third cousins, all the way down the line. We all meet up. We run out almost the whole campground. There's a couple hundred of us. And a couple years ago, when I was 8 years old, I was playing and we play games and stuff. Well, I was playing baseball, and we were playing a couple people, and I was running around and I dove for a baseball. Well, I dove for this ball and I didn't see those water spigots they have that you hook your hoses up to give your campers water. Well, I didn't see it and I landed on one of those. Well, the problem with it is that this particular spigot had the handle broken off it. The handle was broken in half. And so I was landed on this broken handle. Well, when I dove, I caught the ball, looked down, and there was just puddle of blood everywhere. And my cousin, I have a bunch of cousins, uncles, and my dad all rushed over to me. They saw me bleeding, and so they rushed over there and they took my face, and held it up against the towel, and kept pressure on it, try to keep down the bleeding. And we hopped in a car, and my uncle drove us all the way over to a hospital, and got to the hospital. They're like, you know what, we really can't do anything with it because it was such a bad cut, and I was so little. They really couldn't fix it. They didn't want to because it was too risky and too hard to do. So they ended up transferring me over to another hospital. So I get to this other hospital, right? And you know, I walk in and they rush me into a plastic surgeon right away. She was sitting there ready for me when I got there, and she comes in and she gives me an IV and all that stuff, and they put me under, and she starts going to work and trying to put my face back together and me look as normal as possible. Well, she she does this, and she's working on me for a half hour, hour, two, whatever, and puts it back together and did a fantastic job. Um, Now, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a scar running across my face here and down my cheek. But it was minimum scarring for how bad it was. I ended up 158 stitches just in my face alone, and I was only 8, so you can imagine how bad the cut was. My face was laid open all across the top of my eye and down my face. My mouth was cut open, and half my nose was cut open. I ended up having to wear tape across my face down here to keep the scarring to being as visible, or so it's as invisible as possible, I guess. So it's hard to see, and yeah, I had to go in for checkups every month for a year and a half, 2 years with her, and fantastic job. But that's a little bit about me.